Well, if you're a homeowner here in Airdrie, you've probably seen your property assessment from the city for 2025 already, and you may have some questions about it. So this video is going to be short and to the point, but it should help answer some of those questions that you have about your assessment on your home. So please feel free to comment any additional questions that you do have that you didn't get answered in this video, or reach out to me directly anytime at all. And if you're really unhappy with how much your assessment jumped this year, go down below the video a bit and take your anger out on that like and subscribe buttons. Make sure you hit them really good and hard to make sure they're clicked nice and well. All right, well, let's get into it here. City property assessments, not that exciting, but a mandatory part of home ownership. And at the end of the day, the only use of the city property assessment is to calculate how much property tax you're going to be paying this year. Now, the assessment is an estimated valuation of the home based off the market in July 1st of the previous year and the property's physical condition as of December 31st. Now, it is not a foolproof, accurate assessment of your property's current market value, so you shouldn't look at it as such. Sometimes they're high compared to the actual market, sometimes they're low, but of course you prefer them to be low so that you can pay less taxes. So the first thing we need to know is how these assessments are created. Well, straight from the city itself, to offer fair and equitable assessments, values are determined through the mass appraisal approach, analyzing properties that have sold within the 3-year valuation period leading up to July 1st. Different neighborhoods or dwelling types may see their values appreciate or depreciate from year to year. The purpose of the assessment is not to reflect a single sale price, but to assess all properties at typical market value as of the same valuation date. Many factors are considered when valuing properties, such as age, lot size, and home square footage, home features, finishes and quality, and property location. Now, the city will use information that's available to them. They'll get their square footage from the building plans that they received when the property was built. They're able to know the lot sizes from the land title system, and they can know about certain improvements on the property through things like development permits. So they're able to see, in most cases, if a property has a finished basement or a separate entrance or things like that, if the permits were pulled for those things. So if you have pulled a permit to develop your basement, for example, that will automatically trigger your home to be assessed as having a finished basement, even if it's not completed yet. Now, what the city isn't able to know are things like cosmetic renovations inside the home, or if the home is in great shape or completely destroyed inside. If you've done some cosmetic renovations, then this is a good thing for you because you'll likely have upped the value of your home, but it won't be reflected as such on your assessment. Basically, the city gathers all the information they have on a home that's available to them, and they give it a value based on July 1st of the previous year. And that's that. So we know how they make the assessments. Now let's take a look at the timelines as it pertains to you as the homeowner. So as you're aware, you get your assessment value in January every year. What happens from here? Well, new homeowners have a chance to review their assessments and determine through their own means if their assessment is within a reasonable range of their current market value of their home. This could be done themselves just by looking at listings on the market and determining if they feel like their assessment roughly lines up with where their home should be. Or if you want to be a bit more specific, you could have your local realtor take a look at the assessment and do an evaluation of their own to determine if the assessment is close or not. Now, through whichever means that you decide to do it, if you determine your assessment is much too high, then you have until March 24th to file a complaint with the city, which can be done through the city website. Now, whatever you do, if you think your assessed value is lower than your current market value, do not file a complaint. The lower your city assessment, the better it is for you, as it only affects your property tax amount and not your actual market value. Now from there, after that March date, the city will then set the tax rate in April and May, and then your property tax bill is sent out at the end of May for the year. Now, the tax rate is the last part of the equation to determine how much you'll be paying for property tax each year. Your assessed value multiplied by the year's tax rate gives you that total amount owed for the year. As for this year in 2025, everyone has seen their assessment values jump up as the market has also gone up. Now last year, most people's assessments went up as well, but the tax rate actually went down slightly, so the actual tax owing in most cases was just a small increase over the previous year. So I'm hoping that's what we're going to see again this year. Assessments goes up, but the rate comes down, so that we're actually only paying an incremental amount more in our taxes and not having a huge jump in the actual dollar amount that we're paying, just like we saw a big jump in our assessment amount. But unfortunately, we won't know that until about May. So for now, you just want to make sure that your assessment from the cities isn't way too high. Now that being said, I know the assessment numbers have been a shock to many, but since they are assessed based on the market of July 2024, all of the ones I've seen so far have been within a reasonable range of the market value at that time. But if you are worried that your assessment has come in too high, then please reach out and I can take a quick look to help you determine your current market value and what your market value might have been in July of last year. And this is a free service, no cost to you at all. I just want to make sure that you feel confident that you're not paying more taxes than you should be this year. Well, I hope this answered some of your questions that you might have about those assessments. Now, don't hesitate to reach out to me directly or comment below any of your questions you might have. If you comment them below, I can answer, and then more people who might have that same question can also get it from the comments of this video. All my information is down below if you want to reach out directly, or there's a link down there in the description as well for a free home evaluation if you want to get that evaluation done on your home. And if you haven't seen it already, be sure to watch our recent video here where I laid out my predictions for our Airdrie real estate market in 2025. My name is Brad Walker, your local Airdrie Realtor with Redline and Real Broker, and we'll see you in the next video.